Wins for Turkey, the Czech Republic and Germany this past week over in the UEFA Nations League, of course edging themselves to a spot in the quarterfinals. That's right, who of course will win in matchday number 4. We'll get into that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about Nations League, day 4, of course, part 2, that's right, in what is a triple header of videos. We're coming at you very, very fast here. Taking a look at the next round of games, and the games we are taking a look at today will be on the 14th of October. What are we talking about? We'll get into that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Your one-stop shop for Nations League is right here under one rooski. We've got Blackburn Rovers, World Football, and of course, UEFA competitions. That's right. We'll get to all of that in a minute. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons. You know who you are. And of course, the members. You know who you are. All part of this forever growing family. Now, there is one other way that you can become part of the family. And what am I talking about? Well, I'll show you. Talking about this, guys. I am talking about this. That's right. Blackburn Overseas. This channel has been nominated for 2 categories at the Football Content Creator Awards taking place in November at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the ceremony. And of course, a very honoured to be nominated, but I need your votes. That's right. I'm coming at you, Germany. I'm coming at you, Wales. I'm coming at you, Sweden, and the rest of the guys there. Please, please, please get out there and vote. Cost you absolutely nothing. If a link is in the description, there's a QR code on the screen as well. So please, please, please get out there and vote. Cost you 20 seconds, I tell you. And it does wonders for the channel. If we can get closer to glory here, of course, we're aiming for a top 3. Ideally in both. So please, please, please go out there and vote if you got spare 20 seconds to do just that. All right, folks, let's recap the results that did take place just the other day in matchday number 3, part 2. And these were those, or at least a cluster of them. I think it's a bigger fixture list this second time around. But anyway, we're looking at these games, and they were Germany, my boys there, 2-1 winners over Bosnia-Herzegovina in Bosnia. Big win for them. Meanwhile, the Hungary and the Dutch duked out to a 1-1 draw. The Czechs did beat Albania 2-0 winners in that one. Ukraine got a good result over Georgia, 1-0 winners. And the Welsh also picking up a solid point on the road to Iceland. Turkey, of course, beat Montenegro. We kind of expected that. Estonia did a good job on Azerbaijan, 3-1 winners as well. And the Swedes could only muster a 2-2 draw against a Slovakian side. So that's a bit of a shake-up to the Nations League table. So let's have a look at them right now. Now, this includes, of course, matchday number 3, part 1 as well. So there's only one more round of games to be had in match number 3, and they'll be apparent here, as you can see, in League A Group 1. Portugal and Scotland, etc. have yet to play their game. But in League A Group 2, as you see, it's Italy currently leading the charge there. France also look set to be going to the quarterfinals as well. Into League A Group 3, Germany in the driving seat with the Dutch also hot to trot as well. Those two will be locking horns in this video here. The Danes, of course, yet to play against the Swedes, the Spanish, sorry. So that group is still a little bit unclear. However, dropped down a level. Georgia looked good in League B Group 1 with Czech also in there. It's actually quite tight, that group, which we like to see. The Greeks, of course, fantastic result against England, puts them in command. In League B Group 3, sees Norway on the brink of promotion to the top flight. Austria as well, not too far away. League B Group 4 sees Turkey and Wales duking it out currently for the top 2 spots in that one. Drop down another tier. The Swedes are in charge over Slovakia as well. And, of course, Romania doing the biz over Kosovo. They have yet to play their 3rd game as well. And then finally down to League D, we see Gibraltar in charge at the moment over San Marino, Liechtenstein, and then Moldova in charge over Malta and Andorra. Those are the situations over there. Of course, we are now looking forward to the next round of games. But before that, another recap. Please, please, please go ahead and vote. Costs you nothing. It really does. And of course, any which votes you could do. And if you could do multiple, please, that would be absolutely fantastic. So those are the situations there. And these are the next round of games. At the top of the shop there with a trip to Belgium. That's right, in a Belgium or a Flemish or a Frenchish kind of affair as the Belgians take on their next door neighbours, La France, over in League A Group 2 at the Stade Bourdon. That's right, Belgium and Dominic Tedesco coming at you. 3rd in the table with 4 points to the name. They're on 50% form are the Belgians right now, up against Le French, still under Didier Deschamps, and they sit 2nd at the moment with 6 points. That's right. Played They've won back-to-back games coming at you, have France. Now, these two nations played 15 times since 1938. 3 wins for the Belgians, 8 wins for the French, and there's been 4 draws between the two sides. The reverse fixture back in September was a 2-0 win for the French. That was, of course, in La France. And they also played in the Euros back in July, and the French coming out on top. So far, though, the Belgians are responding from a 2-2 draw against Italy on the road last time around. The French with a comfortable win over Israel last time around. The bookies, though, for this one, they'll go with, actually, I don't have the odds right now. They'll probably go with the French as favourites on this one. I think, though, I'm more leaning towards a draw on this. 1-1 in the end, which will be good for the French, taking points off the other bigger boys on this one. So advantage, you would say, La France, but we'll see how the Italians get on in the next one. That's right, let's head over to Italy next as they take on Israel, coming at you over the Stadio Friuli. Of course, Italians currently find themselves top of the pops with 7 points out of a possible 9. Is that right? 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6, but they are unbeaten in the last 3. Standing in the way is Israel, managed by Ran Ben Shimon. 3 defeats on the spin. They are rock bottom of course, League A Group 2. Coming at you, though, they did play back in September. It was a 2-1 win for Italy against Israel. And, of course, Israel were in the home dugout. But, like I said, 3 wins on the bounce for them against Israel. Of course, Israel on the back of that 4-1 loss to La France, of course. Not really got going in this Nations League for them, have it. I think they're just honoured to be up here in the top flight. Kind of like Scotland, really. Meanwhile, the Italians picking up wins against France and Israel in the away dugout, but the home form has been the one that's questionable. I don't see any problems here, though, at the Stadium Friuli. I think Italy will come out on top quite easily, 3-0 win, to put themselves unattainable, maybe, in top spot over in League A Group 2. Let's get on over to Bosnia-Herzegovina now as they take on Hungary, coming at you, the Belino Bolji. Bosnia-Herzegovina with Sergi Bababez, the coach at the moment, currently find themselves bottom of League A Group 3, up against Hungary under Marco Rossi, who are third with 2 points to the name, with back-to-back draws coming into this. Now, they've played 3 times these two nations since 2006. We've got nothing for Bosnia, 2 for Hungary, and there's been 1 draw between the two sides. That 1 draw was the last time they played in Hungary back in September 2024, 0-0 in the end. Hungary have kept back-to-back clean sheets against Bosnia-Herzegovina, stretching all the way back to 2007. Their record thus far, though, losing to the Dutch and losing to the Germans, the one and only point being at home when they've taken on Bosnia-Herzegovina. On the flip side, Bosnia-Herzegovina, looking at them right now, sorry, I might have given that bad gen there. The only point Bosnia have got was the draw against Hungary in Hungary, of course. Meanwhile, the Hungarians, they come into this on back-to-back draws, drawing with Bosnia and drawing with the Dutch most recently. The bookies, though, they'll go in favour of Hungary. They are favoured on this one. But this is a tricky old venue here. Tricky old venue. The Germans found it a little bit hard to break Bosnia-Herzegovina down. So I'm leaning towards Bosnia getting something out of this game. Yes, sitting on the fence, maybe 1-1 draw. But I'm maybe leaning towards a 2-1 win for Bosnia-Herzegovina when this match takes place on October the 14th. Meanwhile, we go over to the Bavarian Mountains next as Germany take on the Dutch in one of Europe's biggest country matches. You know, these are the classics: the French, the Italians, the Germans, the Dutch. These are heavyweight Spanish, Portuguese. They're local neighbours. It's going to be a tasty one. It's in Germany. Nagelsmann's boys, Germany, currently find themselves top of the group. That is, of course, League A Group 3 with 7 points out of a possible 9. The Dutch coming at you in second with 5 points out of a possible 9. Both sides are unbeaten thus far. And, of course, they played back in September. It was a 2-2 draw in the Dutchlands. That's right. Germany, last time they played in Germany, these two nations picked up a win, 2-1 win. But it's not been that great for Germany over the years. I'm looking at it now. They do have the slight edge. They have played 14 times since 1992. And if you do break it down, since that era, 92, it's been 4 wins apiece and 6 draws. That's right. Germany's record so far, 5-0 winners over the Hungarians and a 2-1 win over Bosnia. But again, that draw against the Netherlands over in the Dutchlands there, 2-2 back in September. On the flip side, the Dutch beating Bosnia, drawing with Germany and drawing with Hungary thus far. Going to be tight, but the bookies are going with the Germans, who are a little bit off it against Bosnia the other day. I think there'll be goals in this one, and I think Germany will get the edge. 6 goals in it, 4-2 in the next up, it will be, I've gone the wrong way. Stop the clock. I said stop the clock. There we go now. That's it. Corrected. I stand corrected. It is Georgia. It's Albania coming at you at the Mikhail Mikeski Stadium in Tbilisi over in Georgia. That's right. Who's still managed by Woody Sagnol. They're doing all right now over in League B Group 1. They top the charts with 6 points of a possible 9. 58% form for them over the last 6. Up against Albania and the Slovenia, of course. Both these two nations causing all kinds of shocks and stirs in the Euros in the summer. But Albania under a bit of a damp squib right now under Slovenia. 3 points of a possible 9. They played 14 times, these two nations, since 1994. 8 wins for Georgia, 3 for Albania. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. They did play back in September. It was a 1-0 win for Georgia in Albania. And, of course, Georgia's record against Albania is pretty good right now. But we're looking at 3 wins and 3 draws over the last 6. Last time around, Georgia did lose to Ukraine. Albania losing to Czechia. And they actually come into on back-to-back goalless affairs for Albania. The bookies, they go with Georgia. Of course, they are favoured. They're at home on this one. I think they'll make it a comfortable victory for them. 2-0 winners for the Georgians. Next up, we go to Poland. That's right, but the match is actually Ukraine up against the Czech Republic, playing on a bit of neutral soil here. Ukraine under Sergei Rebrov, 4th in the table, 3 points of a possible 9. Up against Czechia, who sits 2nd with 6 points out of a possible 9. Now, these two nations have played 6 times since 2011. There's been 2 wins apiece, and there's been 2 draws. However, they did play back in September in Czechia. It was a 3-2 win for the Chechens against the Ukrainians. Coming at you, though, the Chechens on the back of a 2-0 win of Albania. Successive wins, which do include that one over the Ukraine. And, of course, Ukraine, they're bouncing back with a 1-0 win over Georgia in their last match just the other day. The bookies will find it quite tight on this one, slightly favouring the Ukraine, but it could go either way. I think I am leaning towards a Ukraine victory here. They've got the talent. Czechia a little bit hit and miss at the moment, so we're going to go with them. 1-0 winners in Poland. Head over to Reykjavik now as Iceland take on Turkey. That's over in League B Group 4. Iceland under Adi Havaldi of Norway. Come and chat. 42% form for them over the last 6. They, of course, 3 points thus far over in League B Group 4. The Turkish top the charts with Vincenzo Montella. 7 points out of a possible 9. Now, these two sides have played 9 times since 1994. The Icelanders have the edge. 4 wins compared to the Turkish with 3 wins and 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around, though, over in Iceland, it was a 2-1 win for Iceland back in June 2019. They did play the reverse fixture, though, in Turkey. It was a 3-1 win for the Turkish back in September. And their record thus far has been pretty stellar as the Turkish. Back-to-back home wins, of course, and picking up a draw against the Welsh on the road. The Icelanders at home have been okay, unbeaten thus far, picking up 4 points of a possible 6. So we'll see what happens on this one. The bookies, they go with the Turkish. They are favoured here. Not in my eyes, though. I think this is going to be a tough old game, and again, sitting on the fence somewhat. Iceland will take a point right now, and I think Turkey will take it as well. I think it'll be a pretty set, even Steven sort of match with Iceland got the fans behind them. Turkish will just make life difficult. Next up, we go to Wales. And, of course, returning back to the Iceland match, that actually could open up the door for the Welsh, who currently sit 2nd in League B Group 4 with 5 points to their name. Montenegro sit 4th with no points thus far, 5 defeats on the spin. The Welsh, though, under Craig Bellamy these days, 42% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 5. And they have played these two nations 4 times since 2009 with 2 wins apiece. They did just play back in September in Montenegro. 2-1 win it was for the Welsh, who, of course, last played at Wales back in 2011, also came out on top with a 2-1 win. Thus far, though, the Welsh are unbeaten in their campaign in the Nations League, drawing with Turkey in Wales and then picking up 4 points out of a possible 6 on the road. As for Montenegro, again, pretty toothless thus far, 3 defeats on the spin. They've only hit the back of the net just the 1 time, and that's when these two sides locked horns last. The Welsh are favoured to win this one, and I'm also leaning towards a Welsh victory. A bit more comfortable here, 2-0 winners, Welsh taking all 3 points. Go over to Baku now and Azerbaijan as they'll host Slovakia. That's right, over in League C Group 1. Azerbaijan with Giovanni Di Blasi in the dugouts. 25% form for them right now. 0 points out of a possible 9 heading into this one. Slovakia, though, on the flip, they are 2nd in the table with 7 points out of a possible 9. Now, they played 9 times since 1995. Just 1 win for Azerbaijan, 8 wins for Slovakia. There's been 0 draws between the two sides. They did play back in September in Slovakia. It was a 2-0 win way back in the first round of games. Of course, the last time they played, though, in Azerbaijan, it was in the Nations League back in 2022, Slovakia winning that one. That one and only victory for Azerbaijan was back in 2022 in Slovakia. Now, thus far, of course, Azerbaijan's record is pretty poor, losing to Sweden, Slovakia, and then Estonia. As for Slovakia, they picked up wins against Estonia and Azerbaijan, and did a massive draw against Slovakia in the last round of games. I think they'll have too much in the tank on this one. In fact, maybe I lean out towards a draw. Yes, I am. A draw. It does feel like a draw. The bookies, do I have odds on them? Bookies go in favour of Slovakia, but yeah, I'm going to give Azerbaijan the benefit of the doubt here. It might be frustrating afternoon football, and I think they'll carve out a point, which will be good for them, and of course a bit of a letdown for Slovakia. And then finally, folks, we head over to Tallinn, that's right, as Estonia take on Sweden in the Albert Lecoq Arena, that's right. Estonia, Jürgen Henn in the dugout, 50% form for them right now, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. Up against the Swed with JDT in the dugout, 58% form for them, unbeaten in the last 3 games. They sit top of League C Group 1 with 7.7, possible 9. Estonia, though, picked up a cheeky win last time round, but of course haven't beaten Sweden in the previous 8 matches. The last time they played was back in September, it was a 3-0 win for Sweden, who've won 3, 4 on the bounce, 5 on the bounce even, and conceded just the 1 goal against them. Estonia, though, big win for them was a 3-1 win over Azerbaijan in Estonia. Of course, it's been okay. They did lose to Slovakia, Estonia as well. The Swedes pick up wins over Azerbaijan, Estonia, and now a draw against Slovakia in recent times. The bookies, they'll go with the Swedes on this one. Estonia massively unfancied on this, and I also going to lean towards a JDT victory here. 2-0 win for them over Estonia's side. That, I think seen better days. That, my friends, completes my games for the matchday number 4, part 2, over in the UEFA Nations League. Don't forget to vote, 100% free, please. Best club content creator, best podcast for the Football League. We're looking at Cut Your Foot Vote BRFC. Link is in the description. QR code's on the screen there. And of course, don't forget to come back, subscribe, smash the like. We're here all the way to the better end. Until then, we'll see you soon. And of course, keep on predicting.